You're a female. And you're young?
Yes.
So how old would you be?
Just a child.
You're a child. What sort of clothing do you wear?
Like an old, like linen type, white in colour.
You wear a dress?
Yeah, it's like a dress, but for sleeping.
It's a night dress?
Yes.
So is it daytime or nighttime?
I feel like it's daytime. Might be the morning.
It's the morning. And you're just a little girl. And what's your hair like? Is it short, long? What's it like?
I feel like it's long hair.
And what colour is it?
Brown, I think.
And how do you feel being there? You're outside in the garden.
Feel at peace.
And what is your house like? Can you describe your house? Is it wooden or brick or?
It's big, wooden. But it's like there's no houses next to it. So it's like on a big block.
Have a big garden?
Yeah. And I feel like I'm in the back of the house.
And do you have flowers in your garden? What's it like?
Just like a big tree. Bushes that have been cared for, well cared for.
And is it warm? Or is it a cool morning?
It's not like hot, it's just good temperature, like I would say like maybe spring.
Spring?
Or like, yeah, autumn, that sort of feeling, like the in-between phase where you're not hot but you're not cold either.
So you don't feel hot or cold, you just feel good?
Yeah.
So what are you doing out there? What's brought you outside so early in the morning?
Feel like I woke up and ran out the back. I'm holding a toy.
What toy do you have?
Like a little raggedy looking rabbit thing.
And is there anyone else there in the house? If you were to go back in the house, where's your mother? Do you have a mother? Who looks after you?
I think maybe the maid.
Is it maid?
I don't feel like I don't know. I think maybe I have my parents there. But they might be away.
And do you have any brothers or sisters? Is it just you?
I feel like I'm alone in this. I don't feel like I have siblings.
So let's stay in your life, little girl, but you're growing a little older now. Let's move forward. You're a little bit older, maybe you're a teenager. Let's go to an important happening or an event. Something happens in your life, maybe a turning point where you're a little older. Let's go there now as I count 3, 2, and at 1. And just be there now. You're a little older. Maybe there's other people there. So where do you find yourself now?
I'm with a horse. But I'm just dressed up like in old clothing.
And what sort of clothing are you wearing?
I feel like one that has like a corset thing and like, I don't know how to describe it, like an old dress.
And how old would you be now?
My teens.
Are you on the horse?
No, I'm patting the horse.
And what colour is the horse?
Brown.
Brown. Is this your horse?
Yes.
Ah. And do you ride the horse?
Yes, I feel like I have a close bond to the horse.
And what do you call your horse? What's its name?
Jewel?
What was that?
Jewel?
Jewel. Ah. And where are you now? Are you still at the same place?
Yeah, but just in that part of the property where you would ride your horse and keep the horses.
Do you have stables?
Yes.
Ah.
I spend a lot of time there. I'm mostly alone.
And what's your name? What do they call you?
I don't know, maybe Anna. I'm getting an Anna.
Anna. And where are your parents?
Away.
Are they usually away?
Yes, a lot.
Do you know where they go?
Business.
And how do you feel because of that?
Alone.
And do you have a school that you attend, or what do you do? What's your life like?
I feel like I'm homeschool. I feel like that's somebody comes and teaches me all the lady manners.
And where do you live, this place?
It's like out in the country.
And is there a town close by that you go to? What would it be called? A town or a city? Where are you?
Be a small town and it's far from the property.
What country would you be living in?
Unsure.
Does it get very cold where you live?
I don't feel like it does.
It's a warm climate.
Yeah. I feel like it's still Australia. That's the feeling I get, but I could be wrong.
Find yourself now.
Older. I'm married. My parents arranged the marriage.
How old would you be now?
Probably in my late 20s to 30s. I have kids.
And where do you live now? Are you living still close to your parents?
Yes, still in the same town.
And how do you feel about your husband?
Alone.
How do you feel because it was an arranged marriage?
Forced. Like I had no choice because my parents dictated what it was that I had to do. because women are treated differently to men.
You had no say.
No.
And what's your husband's name? What do you call him?
I feel like it's a Rodney. Rodney?
And if you would,
I feel like that's his name.
And if you were to look at Rodney, look at his eyes, look into his face, just get a sense of his energy. Does Rodney feel familiar to you in any way at all? Maybe a soul that comes through in different lifetimes with you, maybe even in the current life. Does he feel familiar?
Yeah, I reckon he could be the current person I'm with now.
And how do you feel about Rodney?
I feel alone.
Do you like him?
We have a friendship, like an understanding. But we're not like romantically like lovers, if that makes sense.
And how does he support you?
He's the man of the house.
Does he have a job? What does he do?
He's a businessman.
What sort of business?
I feel like it's horses, something to do with horses.
And how many children do you have?
I feel like we have 2 children.
And how do you feel? How do you keep yourself busy with your life?
I'm the lady of the house. I ensure that it runs smoothly.
And do you have servants? Do you have help?
Yes. We have a big house. We have our own horses.
And do you live like in a remote area?
Yes.
So if you were to know what year that you live in, if you could see a date on something, what year would this be if you could know the date, the year?
I'm not sure, maybe 1800s, that sort of time frame.
Where are you now that you're
Still
older?
in the same house,
Same house.
just older.
And how old are you now?
Probably in my 60s or 70s even. I feel like 60s because I'm like wearing older people clothes but like still able to climb the stairs and still the lady of the house. Children are grown up. I've dictated to my children who to marry.
You've repeated what your mother, father made
Yes.
on with you?
It's the tradition, family tradition.
Tradition.
It's what we do, generations. We carry on that tradition.
And is your husband still there?
He's around, but he's sick.
He's sick.
He's not well. He has limited responsibilities.
Is he older than you?
Yes, significantly.
And is there anything else that happens in your life that's important, or how do you keep yourself occupied?
Facades.
Do you have friends?
Yes, big. In the small community we live in, we're very social. But it's all about facades, keeping up appearances.
And are the people, the other women, the same?
Yes. In our circle,
Are you religious at all?
no. I don't feel that I'm a religious person in this environment that I'm in. I feel like I'm controlling, like I am the center point of the family. Like
You keep it together.
yeah, I'm the main center point.
And what about your parents? Are they still alive?
No, they're gone. They've passed on.
So you're quite wealthy then, you have. Did you receive an inheritance?
Yes.
Okay, Anna. So going there now, going to the end of your life now at 3, 2, and at 1. And just allow it to come into focus now. So where do you find yourself on this last day of your life?
Bedridden.
Are you still at the same place?
Yes.
And is anyone with you?
My 2 children. I have a son and a daughter. And their children, my grandchildren. My husband is gone. I'm bedridden. Doctor is there.
And how old are you? If you knew your age, what would it be?
I think he was 65.
And are you unwell? What's happened to you?
Yeah, I think it has to do with the heart.
Do you have pain or discomfort?
I'm uneasy. I feel uneasy.
I
know something is gonna, like I'm not, I know I fear death.
You fear death?
Yes, I fear what will happen next. I don't want to leave.
Have you been unwell for a while?
Yes.
And have your children been helping you on the property?
Yes.
And your children?
They've taken over the household, my daughter.
So she's helping?
Yes. I'm closest to my daughter than I am to my son.
And what do you call your daughter? What's her name?
I feel like it's Anna, like I've called her by me, second Anna.
And if you look into her face, into Anna's face, her eyes, does she feel familiar? Do you recognise her energy?
She might be my youngest daughter. Because she has a very kind heart. I feel like she's kind. And it's the same kind of love and energy I get from my youngest.
And you say you've never been religious or had any spiritual...
No, it was expected of us to believe in church. So we went to the town church. I followed protocol, but I personally didn't feel anything for it. I did what was expected of me.
Seems that's what you've done all your life, isn't it? Done what was expected. Okay, you're doing well. So now that you've passed over and you've left that life behind you as Anna, just look down and tell me, how do you feel about your death now?
I served my family. That's what I feel. And I did what was expected of me. I followed the protocols and rules. Of that time.
You did. And how did you feel leaving the body? What was it like?
Uncomfortable at first. I still feel uncomfortable actually.
What makes you feel uncomfortable?
Just that looking at yourself thing, like it's weird.
So looking at the life that you lived as Anna, do you have any regrets about that life, about following rules?
I guess I just wanted to please my parents. And I wanted my parents to be proud of me.
To be proud of you, yeah. And I guess they were proud of you, were they? Did they ever tell you that or let you know
No,
that?
they were never communicated to me.
They never did. Is that something you always strived for, this validation that you were doing the right thing?
Yes.
So now you reflect on that life and understand what she was trying to achieve. She did everything right, she followed, but she never felt validated. She never felt that she probably did enough, or, do you have regrets about that at all?
I wish I had selected my own partnerships instead of my parents arranging it, or had more of a say on who my suitors were.
She'd had more of a say in your own life.
Yes.
Of course.
I wanted to study more. I feel like I wanted to know more, but was limited because I was a woman. And my role was to serve the house and be a mum.
Your role was very fixed, wasn't it?
Yes. I felt free on the horses. When I rode my horse was the time I felt like I was me.
So as you reflect back on that life that you lived as Anna, now you're in this higher space now, this in-between place. Can you see any connections of that life as Anna to the connection of the current life?
Yes.
Yes. Can you describe what can you see? What are you aware of?
My mum was very controlling of me as a child, and she set her own expectations on me and wanted me to be what she wanted me to be. And I felt like I had limited say to that, but I just went along with it to make her happy because I wanted her affirmations. I wanted her to be proud of me.
Yeah, to be proud.
Which I didn't get in that life with my own parents, who were quite cold and distant, really.
And did you?
Mostly absent.
So with Anna, Anna didn't receive that?
No, I don't feel like she did. I felt like her parents were mostly absorbed with the business.
As the current life, as Maria felt that she's had the validation from her own mother?
No, I feel like my mum pities me. And that's why she supports me where she can, because she pities my situation. That's the vibes I get from her.
So you think your mum feels sorry for you because what would be the reason? You haven't achieved what she expected you to achieve?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So as you reflect on the life as Anna and the current life as Maria, what does Maria need to do differently in her current life then to overcome this theme that runs between two lifetimes? What does she need to do? What would be the lesson for her?
I guess to love myself, which I don't. And I don't think I even did as Anna in the past life either. I was just following protocols. But I wasn't really doing what I wanted to do deep inside. What really felt right to me in my heart. I just did what I was asked to do.
She just did it. She didn't question it. She just did it.
Yeah.
So what can Maria do then differently?
In this lifetime that I'm currently living, I have confronted my mother. But I will never get... my mum will never acknowledge the hurts and her expectations on me. When I try to talk to her, she doesn't give me that affirmation that she understands where I'm coming from and how much of what had happened had really hurt me.